That shit's sweet. I ain't gonna care. I'm not in the cars like that.
I am. This is just.
But I know what I like to see.
This is craftsmanship
This
right
is,
here.
you know, so my cars is a little different. Like that's, you know, this they only made right now. These are going for like 100,000 over sticker. The Demon 170
Over sticker?
over sticker. They only made like 2,000. This when you push the gas, the actual front lifts up. It's like a wheelie, so wheelies up. This is the fastest production car made. 0 to 60 in 1.6.
1 point, like that's gonna break your neck.
Yeah, this will go to my son. This right here is, you know, this.
Oh, that's clean.
They only made this in Europe.
Yeah.
So they don't make this. So everybody think I customized it now. They only made this in Europe. It didn't get accepted to come over here. But after 20 years, you can bring them over from Europe.
So was it
how old
naturally
is this
right
shit?
side though?
Yeah, it was naturally left side. Yep.
Oh, it
This
was
is 20 years old?
This is a 2000.
Wow.
It's just
You said after 20 years.
yeah.
right?
Mercedes did it over, but this is a
20 years
2000.
old.
And this Lil Kim shit. You see Lil Kim? She put rims on her. She put a kit on her shit. I kept my shit original. That's why you see the Queen Bee and all this. This Lil Kim
This for
shit.
the car show you get.
Yeah. This Lil Kim shit.
Which one you bring out to the Hamptons if you were to drive one?
I like
See,
this. I see this is classic.
I
This is
like this
classic.
one. I'm Brooklyn.
This is yeah. This,
I'm
I like-
good, but
I'm
this is
classic.
smooth.
But they put a Rentec in it, so it does 0 to 60 quick. And Mercedes did all the work, so everything is Mercedes done. And this shit, my wife shit. This is my wife Cullinan.
Oh, that's tight right there. Moral story is we got to get more money.
That's it.
BagFuel, baby.
BagFuel, man, we got special edition. We pride ourselves in sitting down with people who don't sit down normally with other people. I got my partner to the left of me today.
Heineken, woof.
You know what I'm saying? We got special guest Queens representative, my guy right now, DJ Envy.
What's up?
You know what I mean?
The
What up?
blueprint.
What's going on?
Man,
Poppin'.
Everything is good.
there's a lot of ways we could start this. It could be even rugged, but you a New York Giants fan.
Absolutely.
I love New York sports. Esso's a Giants fan.
Of course, how could you be from New York and not be a Giants fan? I don't understand that.
This Saquon move, what's your thoughts on it, man?
I mean, I think it was a bad move. I think Saquon was the face of the Giants. I think he was the only viable quote-unquote star. I think he was the reason, you know, you look at the jerseys, people wanted his jersey.
Absolutely.
And I think we did him dirty.
Yeah.
You know, I think we didn't give him the money that he was worth or that he deserved, and he went down to our competition. But, you know, I wish Saquon the best. You know, he balled out for us as much as
Absolutely.
possible for us, and I think Saquon is one of those guys.
Yeah, what you thinking, Es?
I mean, I
I
kind
agree
of
with
feel the
everything.
same way. Like, we franchised them. They tried to give him a couple dollars, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't give him a contract. He sat around, waited for the contract, played everything out.
That's right.
And even last summer, I'm like, yo, you giving Daniel Jones $40 million a year and Saquon is clearly our best player. Who cares if they're not giving running backs more than $10 million? Pay the man like he's worth.
Right.
You could have gave him $15 million and we could have just had Saquon Barkley.
Think about it like this. He would have took a lot less to stay with the Giants. He wanted to end his career as a
Yup.
Giant. And now he took, 3 years, $30 million, $35 million?
Yeah.
I can't be mad at that man for getting his money. He got a family. I ain't mad at him.
One more Giants thought. Eli, is he really a Hall of Famer?
Yeah, goddamn right.
He won 2 Super Bowls.
won 2
Why-
Because, you know,
Won 2 Super Bowls.
people don't like his numbers. They don't like how he played the game. And
Doesn't matter. Like, you can see a lot of these teams that can't get a Super Bowl ring. You look at the Cowboys have been trying for years.
30 years.
And then you look at Eli, who, you know, he masterfully got it done. As much as whether you like him, hate him, you know, some people could say it was a little bit of luck. It was a little bit of all that. But Eli managed the team for them two rings, and he should.
And the key is he beat Brady for both his rings.
That's right.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he didn't beat a slouch. Us Giants broke the fucking record. They almost had the record for the 17-0.
That's right.
I mean, whatever, the undefeated
Undefeated season, yeah.
We stopped that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we beat Brady besides that. When you beat the GOAT, he's still the GOAT right now. It's not Pat Mahomes yet. He's still the GOAT. When you
Mahomes
beat
on his way.
When you beat the GOAT twice though, bro, for 2 Super Bowls, you gotta be in the Hall.
Yeah, I think he deserves
No question. There's no question. People don't realize how hard that you've been working in the music business
Long
for so
time.
long. I don't think people remember that you was on air with Miss Jones, right? And that was in Philadelphia, right?
Nah, that was in New York. That was Hot 97.
Oh, okay. So you was on with Miss Jones at Hot 97. And I don't think that people understand your grind. Where does your work ethic come from?
Honestly, me being a Queens cat, you know, it's. I used to see everything growing up in Queens. So I grew up in, you know, Queens Village, Murdoch and Springfield, and going to take the bus every day, whether it was going to Jamaica Avenue or taking the dollar van, you would just see the local D-boys on the Ave with their cars and their jewelry. or I had a neighbor that you might know. His name is Ernesto.
Yeah, well,
Better known as DJ Clue.
Yeah.
I mean, but Clue was, he was my inspiration growing up as a kid. He was a couple of years older than me, and I would see what he was doing. I would see the cars, I would see the jewelry, I would see him flying the motorcycles and the rims and the system, and I was like, yo, I want to be that. Not only be that, I want to be better than that. You know what I mean? And Clue was one of those dudes that was able to share the wisdom and put me on my way.
I think something's unique about that because when you take yourself, Clue and Who Kid, y'all made DJing look like something out of this world. Like dudes would wear like really the neutral colors. You wouldn't see what they was driving. You guys had the foreign cars. Y'all was in shape. Y'all had the jewels, the money. And I'm like, this mixtape niggas, and they're all from the same hood, and y'all move the same way. I think y'all evolved how a DJ's supposed to look way differently.
Yeah, I mean, that was part of it. And also, if you ask Who Kid, Clue was a little, even Clue, like, they didn't want to let us in. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Clue always says that.
the DJs.
Who didn't want to let you in?
All the
Nobody.
DJs that was popular, it was like, they didn't want to let us in. It was competitive. Like, nobody wanted to give you something. So you had to take it. So like I went to school at Hampton University, and that was SNS's town. Like SNS ran Hampton, Norfolk, Maryland,
I like
DC,
that area.
and he wasn't letting nobody in. SNS is my guy, but he was like, I'm the nicest. So you had to outwork him to get in there. And you had to outdo everything to get in there. And I tell everybody, I couldn't outdo, SNS and Mr. C and all those guys because they've been doing it so long. So I had to take a different angle. And my angle was the women. Like you said,
Yeah, you got it.
No
Yeah.
disrespect to those guys, but they was overweight, sweaty, the heavy thing.
Yup.
That's how they was. But they
That's
was killing
true,
the
that's
club.
true. Yeah.
But I was like, I gotta come in a different way. So I came in fly. I came in with the dope cars. I came in with the this and the that. And I made it like, nah, you want me to DJ? I'm only DJing an hour. What? Every DJ does 4 hours. I only want an hour. I want to do this. I need my own table. I need bottles in my section. And it started creating where it's like, now it's not just you want the DJ, you want the look. You want Envy to pull a Bentley up in the front. You want Envy to drive a Ferrari in the front.
Yep.
You want the this, the that. Oh, Envy gonna be fly. That's what you wanted. And my nickname back then was something like a rapper. 'Cause I was like, I got cars like a rapper, jewelry like a rapper.
They're not
Y'all
Like
wearing
a
music
rapper. Like a
videos
rapper?
too.
Yeah, something
Think
like a
about it.
rapper. So that was my thing, and it worked. And I started playing. So at first, promoters hated it because I had nothing but women in my clubs. I'm gonna tell you why. The dudes was the one paying the bills. They was the one buying the bottles. So they like, yo, Envy, you got it packed with women, but I ain't making no money. And then what happened when the dudes started hearing, yo, Envy got the chicks at his club, they started coming over. And the rest is history.
You've had everything happen to you publicly.
Yeah.
From lawsuits, your marriage. Think about this. Angela leaves, that's big news. Jess Hilarious, that's big news. And there's no real manual on how to deal with this shit. How the fuck you deal with this? No, honestly.
Yeah.
Do you have to throw your phone somewhere or just...
Nah, you know what you gotta think, and people always say this shit. You gotta think, I've been with my wife since 15, 16.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I met her in high school. So it's like dealing with the outside noise means nothing. And I know a lot of people say, it's nothing, and they go in the house and get crazy. But you gotta think, I got 6 kids. This weekend when people were on Instagram and doing this and doing that, I was in my daughter's dance competition Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. She danced from 7 a.m. She won first prize. You gotta think, I've been doing this for a long time. I've been making money for a long time where the money doesn't mean anything to me anymore. You know what I mean? It's not my motivation. My motivation is them kids now. My first 2 kids, Madison and Logan, they kind of got the odd end of the stick because I was busting my ass. I was never home. I'm on the tour. I'm DJing for Fabulous. I'm on the road. I'm missing their game. I'm doing this and doing that. But now when I was able to make the bread, I'm like, that's never gonna happen. I'm at every kid's game. So for me, it's the love of my family. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. So after time, I joke and I laugh about it. But I always try to create it so that no matter what happens in my life in the public, I'm always good regardless. I don't have to worry about being canceled or what somebody says or the lie. I have to chase it because I try to create it where I'm good regardless. You know what I mean? And that is whatever it is.
How does it feel becoming a true leader of this hip hop culture?
You know what? It's funny when people. It's funny When people say, yo, OG or something like that, I don't feel that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I still look up to the Jazzy Jeffs and the Kid Capris. So to me, I'm just playing my part. I'm just doing what I do, and I love music. I love, like, this thing right here helped me have a career in something I love. You know, my dad is a retired police officer. My mother worked at Guardian Life Insurance, and they hated their job. Like, my dad would have to work on Thanksgiving, have to work on Christmas. I remember him coming home and be like, I hate this shit. I remember my mom saying, yo, I hate this. So the fact that I'm DJing, talking about barbershop talk on the radio, it's the best job in the world. Just being honest.
So many people have heard your name in the news. Forget what's happening. Do you feel like you have an obligation to restore the people's confidence in you? Or is that something you're looking to do? Because there's so much slander.
But you got to understand this, and you realize a lot when it comes to slander. I realized a lot in the last couple of years. One, people don't read.
No.
No, they don't. That's a fact.
People don't read. They read, and a lot of people are sheep, meaning they follow what other people say.
That's definitely true.
I know the truth. Some things I can't say until it's over.
We understand that.
So I just patiently wait.
Yeah.
But other than that, I realize who's on your side, who's not on your side, who you see turn their back. So the best thing about everything is you get to see who's on your side and who's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get to see what the truth is. And, you know, sometimes and I'm not saying, because I fall victim to it sometimes too. You see something in the headlines. You guys have done it.
Yes.
These guys don't read.
Yes.
That's hilarious. Fucked up.
Yes. Let's talk.
I'm like, asshole got my number. I said, all right, we gonna let him live. And what? When I heard it, we just let it sit.
Oh, no.
We just let it sit. We just chefed it up. We cooked it, and this, that, and the other. I remember my peoples called me, and this is when you said it in the podcast. My man called me, shout to Cope. He's like, yo, what's up? He's like, yo, da-da-da. I said, you know, me and Shorty and Charlemagne is doing a photo shoot right now. He said, what? I said, yes. I said, now I don't know why Esther didn't call me, because Esther don't read, but he's one of those people that don't read.
That's not true. I got my inside information. I said on my show, I heard.
That was, I don't know who he heard it from. I don't know who he heard it from. He heard from all the other people that been talking shit and lying, but hey, we just let it go. But you know, sometimes you just let things cook, and you know, the truth will come out. And when it does, you just laugh it off.
What's the difference, like, when I feel like that when y'all came in the game, I feel like people gave y'all problems because they looked at y'all more like mixtape DJs, more than party DJs. And then as the mixtape DJs became the party DJs, that's when y'all could take over, right? I remember the Grandmaster Vic time, and we know about that being from Queens and shit. What was the catalyst? What was the changeover?
Well, most people don't know. I started off trying to be a battle DJ.
Okay.
Right, doing battles, and I remember the first battle I won. At the end of the battle, they gave me $100, and I'm like, this ain't no money. Then I started, you know, doing the mixtapes more and more. But what people don't know is I really perfected my craft from college. Yeah, I was a mixtape DJ doing exclusives and blends, but now I'm in college, and you know, you the DJ on campus, so you DJing everything. I got people from New Orleans, from Indiana, Chicago, Miami, Atlanta. You have to learn how to play for everybody. So you start perfecting your craft. You know what I mean? Before I went to Hampton, I didn't know what go-go music was. I had no clue. But now, I can do an hour go-go set because you learn that from Hampton. So now it's like I'm taking my talents to different markets, and then everybody I'm going to college with, you know, my roommate's from Mississippi at the time. He goes back, yo, my man Envy DJ. He goes to a local promoter. So what the promoter do? Yo, let me hire Envy. Oh, my man from Miami, yo, hire Envy. And it just started to spread like wildfire. So I perfected my craft in Hampton. So Hampton for me was like my rookie season. That was my G League. Then once I graduated, it was like, nah, that's on and popping.
So you was able to come right home from college and start popping, doing your DJing shit and doing your shit right away?
Absolutely, positively.
Yeah,
I never had a quote unquote real job since, I would say, high school. Once I got to college, I was doing mixtapes and it was on and popping. I remember the day I picked up my mom from the train station, right? And she was like, you graduated from college. When you gonna get a real job? When you gonna get a job with a hat?
Why they always ask us that? When I graduated, my mother and father was like, all right, so you gonna get a real job? Like, nah, I did that for y'all. Now I'm gonna do this for
And
me.
that's exactly what I said. I was the first person in my family to go to college, first person to graduate. So for them, that's all they wanted was that diploma. So like, my mom still has my diploma. I'm like, Mom, that's yours. I don't need that. But for me, I was like, I did that for you, and now let me go out there and see what I can do.
Is that the same thing with your 2 kids? I mean, the 2 older ones. Was it a prerequisite for them to go to college for you, or?
Nah, you know what? I just wanted them to be happy. And this is the difference between me and my parents and them. I don't care what they do. See, this is the difference between me and a lot of families. I don't care what they do. I just want them to be happy. My goal is I'm gonna take care of your college. I had to pay my own, but I'm gonna take care of your college. I'm gonna get all my kids their own home. I'm gonna pay for it. After that, they starting from zero. They have no debt. They don't have to pay a mortgage. They just gotta pay the tax. And I just want them to be happy. If my daughter wants to do nails, if it makes her happy, do it. This life is short. And sometimes we worry about the wrong things, right? We worry about the money, the cars, the jewelry, but are we happy?
Happy.
And sometimes happy is the most important thing. You see that guy that lives on the lake and he got a small house. It don't mean nothing because he's happy.
All the time, happy is the most important.
Yeah, and that's all I want for my kids. I just want them to be happy. I work so hard so they can be happy. Once they are all happy and they are all good and they're all in doing what they want to do, whatever it is, and I don't care. They can say, you know what, Dad, I want to be a sanitation worker. Whatever makes them happy, I'm happy for them. Because at the end of the day, that's all we need. This life is short. We just see so many people die that, unexpectedly. So at the end of the day, I just want to make sure that they leave with a smile on their face. And I know that if they happy, I'll leave with a smile on mine.
That's a privilege to just be able to have that be a part of your dream for your kids and to set them up like that, because it's a lot of us that dream to do that and don't get the opportunity to. But on a musical tip, how does it feel to be, which I know I've heard the verse, how does it feel to be a nigga who had one of the illest Jay-Z verses on a song and never got a chance to put that shit out?
Which one? You talking about what?
Is it the one that was on your album, right?
Oh, the other verses?
Yeah, and never get to put. You know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know the one I'm talking about.
The secret Jay-Z verse.
I mean, the verses is popping. It would have set your album on fire. And you never, and you still got it tucked. You never had a chance to use it or ever put it out.
We got so many things tucked. We got that tucked. We got another Beanie record tucked. We got so many records tucked. But it's just being during that time. You know what I mean? Like I was able to. I remember getting Jay-Z for my album, and I would go. This is when we was in the clubs every night in New York City, and before how New York is now. New York is really trash. Now the club scene is trash. But back then it was like it was word of mouth. There was no social media. It was just like Monday could be this club, Tuesday could be this club. And I used to pay the bartenders, well, they weren't I guess they were called bartenders back then, the bartenders to call me or text me when Hov was in the club. So they'd be like, Hov's here. And I would jet from Queens to get to the club to be like, yo, Jay, I need a verse on my album. And then every night, it got to the point, he was like, are you following me? Until he finally said yeah and knocked it out. But, I mean, those were the times, man.
But then you don't ever think about the fact that it's one of the dopest verses that never came out ever. Do you ever sit down and you still listen to it anytime? Do you ever do you ever talk to Hov about revisiting it, trying to find a way to put it out?
So that was when Hov was on probation during that time. And at the time, he just said he didn't want it out. He just said he's going in a different route, and you just got to respect that.
What, because of the content he was saying? It was.
He just said he wanted to go in a different direction. And when the God MC says that, and for me, Hov is one of my favorite rappers. When the guy says it, you do it.
It seemed like somebody's always having an issue with you when you're chilling. Like the car show. Then Ross jumps in. I'm like, because the car world is not so many black people busting through. You got white dudes who shoot a video with their camera phone doing $1 million in a day. So I see where you're going with it. But where's all this competition coming from?
I mean, the sad thing is, I think a lot of time it's our people, right? You look at some of these white dudes that do these videos, right? Whether it's Charlemagne or Shmee or
Shmee, I know Stradman.
They got a lot of content. They go out there, they work with each other, they do it together. It'd be a lot of people that they don't know, and these dudes are making millions and millions of dollars just talking about cars.
The video's trash.
Just talking about cars. And it's not production like this.
No.
They're going with a camera like, hey, today I'm at the car dealership, I'm picking up my new. And they get millions of views, make millions of dollars. They don't have no other job. That's what they do. And you think I got a bunch of cars. They had $1 million of cars, $1 million cars. And nobody ever questioned them, like, yo, how you getting your money? They don't. They just support each other. And that's the dope thing about it. They support each other. They go through the line. You see them cross promote. They do this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And that is an amazing
Collabos.
thing. So when I see us or even Jay Leno or any of them, when they have this, when I see us, I see like, damn, we're not in that space enough. So I'm like, let me do a situation where we're in that space. So that's why I started the car show, because I was like, for me, when I used to go to car shows, I take my kids with me, of course. After like 30 minutes, my kids are like, yo, Dad, I'm gonna go home. I didn't see the doors go up. I want to go home. So I'm like, damn, what could I do that could bring people to just really enjoy themselves, bring families? And I was like, let's do kind of like a car show,
Concert.
amusement park.
Did you be having rides there?
Yeah, it'd be rides, jumpies,
I've been to a
Ferris
couple.
wheels, all that. So now when your kid, let's say you got a kid, let's say you got a 10-year-old, your son is with my son, they're over there gaming, they in the gaming truck, then they on the Ferris wheel, they in the rides, they playing basketball. Me and you sitting over there just chilling, looking at cars. You know, some other pops is over there and his grandfather's looking at the old cars. And it was just a family fun day, and it just created a vibe. And we put a lot of people in there. Like, I mean, we had tens of thousands, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. And it was something that nobody's ever seen. And we did it all on my own. Like, it started from here, and I did it on my own. Of course, with the sponsor of Branson, Monster, and Lincoln Tech. But I did it on my own. And it just continued to grow and continue to grow. And we'll continue to do it. Like, that's my passion. That's what I love to do, because it's like, I just remember seeing those cars as a kid and how much inspiration it gave me. So hopefully we can give that inspiration to some of them kids out there too.
We can't get this out of us. Hip hop is bred on competition. And they can't get that out of their bodies. It's not just who got the best verse, who's got the most chicks, who got the best jewelry, who got the most cars, who's doing the best car show, who's buying the best plane.
Right.
It's just always bred on competition. It carries over to podcasting and YouTubing.
Yeah, of course.
And all the white podcasters is doing work together. The black YouTubers is talking about each other, firing each other, leaving, doing all other type of shit. It's all hip hop competition. We want to be number one. Is that ever gonna end? I don't think so, because everybody's saying that this is the foundation of what hip hop is. If we change the foundation to togetherness, working together, then maybe some of that will have an opportunity
But
to
see, the
change.
problem is we can compete, right? Because like you said, we come from a place that compete. If you look at Jay-Z and Curry compete, right? They compete. Like LeBron and Curry.
I'm with
LeBron
you,
go
man.
hard, right? After the game, it's like, all right, my G, good. I F with you, I'll talk to you later.
But there's niggas that hate that shit. There are people that watch the game and be like, yo, I hate all this togetherness. I want to see competition. I don't like them liking each other. You see what I'm saying?
It is, but that's what they want people to do. But at the end of the day, I mean, I always look at somebody like when you see two brothers get together to do something.
Yeah.
That makes it bigger than anything else. That's where we win. And you look at these, and you look at all these other genres, and they do it all the time. They could come together and put their money together, and instead of making $1 million, make 30 million. They could come together and do that, and a lot of times we don't do that. So when I see brothers doing that together, I love it. I love when I hear a brother say, yo, this, that, and the other, yada, yada, yada. Like, that's how it should be. We can be fun and be competitive, but we ain't in competition with each other. Like, we all trying to take care of our families. And if you make $1 billion and I make 900 million, am I that mad? Like, damn, I'm mad I only made 900 million this year. Damn it, man. I don't care. Like, I want to see you win. Like, I want you as a neighbor. I want you as a neighbor. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing wrong with that.
What's up with what makes you and Charlemagne's bond so strong?
That's a good question. We're similar, but we're different. And when I mean similar, we always think family first, our wives first. So we understand that. And as far as, I think we both came from the same grind as radio. I always say this all the time. We were kind of both second in position. Like, Wendy was number 1, Charlemagne was 2. Miss Jones was number 1, I was number 2. So we never fought to be, I need to be number 1, I need to be number 1. It was always, let's figure out how we can be number 1. Remember when the Breakfast Club first started, I was kind of the anchor of the Breakfast Club. I was the DJ. And that's Envy's almost show. I was the most popular one. Now Charlemagne is the most popular one. And not one time did you ever hear me say, nah, F that, I need my, nah. I want him to shine, because he shine, the show shine. Just shine, the show shine. I don't need none of that. Like, I just want to win collectively. I love to see Charlemagne do things that people will never expect him to do, whether it's politics, whether it's his talk show. Same thing with Jess. I love it when Jess, when she gets her special and all that. I love that. I love to see my people win. Even with Clue, like I love to see Clue win, and all my people around me, I want to see them win.
Why do you always have, you and Charlemagne always drop one of Clue's bombs? Where does that come from? Because that shit is iconic.
Because Clue's our guy. Why not? Why not support our guy?
Because you know the bomb is for flex, but yeah.
That's Clue's bomb.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad.
What is he talking about? That's Clue.
That's Clue's bomb.
Okay.
And then you got to think about it. We're syndicated in 122 markets. We get millions of listeners a day. Why wouldn't I put my brother on Clue? People who might not know who Clue is or might have to do their homework, drop one of Clue's bombs. Like, people will do their homework. I mean, why wouldn't we do that?
It's all marketing, it's all promotion, it's all showing love. It keeps your name fresh, it makes sure people know that you're relevant to this game.
That's right.
One thing I always said about the Breakfast Club, y'all always reminded me of the Golden State Warriors. I remember like when Clay would hit all the three-pointers, Steph is cheering on, and seeing the collective, whether it's Angela or it's Jess, it's always like, oh, Jess had a great show. Good. Oh, Envy had an ill segment. And like you said, I know stuff like, yo, what the fuck? It's got to be about me. And I felt like you guys always had that formula of staying together, lasting power.
Yeah, absolutely.
But where does your positivity come from? Because this is a dirty game, and it could change you. That's one question. And the second half is, do you think that the foundation with your wife helps to keep you positive?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I mean, now don't get it twisted. I ain't 1,000% positive. My favorite Hove line is, I'll kill you breathing, right? And people don't understand what that means, right? That means I don't have to necessarily take you off of this earth. I want you to see what's gonna happen. And that's how I am. And I don't bother nobody. Envy minds his business. I take care of my family. I take care of my peoples. But when you cross that line and you do something, I try to figure ways like, I'm gonna catch you and I'm gonna catch you in my way. Like I'm the type, like, let's say me and you got a problem, so and it is what it is, and then like anything else, you get effed up, I'm gonna buy your house. And then I'm gonna demolish it and then give it to the Boys and Girls Club. But I'm gonna let you see me demolish your house. That's the shit I'm on.
That's a Queens nigga.
That's four-dimensional chess.
I always tell Queens niggas will wait their whole life to get you back. They'll wait methodically. As long as you stay alive, it's the opportunity for me to get this back.
The only dude that ain't patient, your man.
Fifth.
He's ready to go.
Fifth. No, he's not patient. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. But I mean, I think with Fifth is.
But y'all brothers, because
Yeah, it's my guy.
Yeah, like it's deeper than that. I've seen shit happen, and he'll call you, and I'll be right there. He's like, "Why didn't you call me, Envy?
Yeah.
You're supposed to let me know."
Yeah, Fifth is my guy, and I don't have to post a picture with him every day to say that's my guy. I don't have to call him every day to say that's my guy. But Fifth is my guy. You know what I mean? And you know, whatever he needs from me, I'm there, and whatever I need from them, he's there. Like he is my guy. You know what I mean?
How was that bond developed though? Because you from North Side, he from South Side, and it must have been developed after music. What was the catalyst for y'all niggas to develop this type of trust?
I think with Fifth, I think like anything in this industry, it's like when you trip and you fall in this industry, you see who calls and checks up on you to make sure you're good. And no matter what happens in this world, with me, he's the first person to call. First call, I'm gonna get at 5 a.m. And not asking me, yo, just that and the other, not gossiping. Son, you good? How you wanna handle it? What help do you need? Oh, you wanna do this? Okay, let's do that. Like, he is that. Oh, you doing a car show? How can we make the car show bigger? Oh, let's do this. Okay, I bet. He is that type of guy. Very, very strategic. And he's like that. Fat Joe is another one. Fat Joe is very Envy. How are you? How is your family? How are you doing? How is everything? Whether something's going on or not. He's just those individuals. And those two guys are probably the closest people in this industry to me when it comes to whatever. Those two guys got my heart. Whatever they need, I'm there for them.
Were they in that position when they were beefing themselves? Were they still both your guys? I mean, was it at a time where they were both your guys like this?
Nah, You know, the thing with, it's funny. The thing with Fat Joe, when Fat Joe was coming up, I never liked Joe.
Interesting.
I never liked Joe. And the reason I didn't like Joe was because Joe was the bad guy. He was the bad guy. And we used to steal exclusives. So you steal exclusives from the bad guy, The bad guy come to get you.
Yeah.
You know the Who Kid story?
Yes, I know the Who Kid story when they kidnapped him.
They kidnap Who Kid.
You know about that, right?
Nah, I don't know about
Big
that.
Pun and Fat Joe kidnapped Who Kid.
I didn't know that.
Who Kid played a song he wasn't supposed to play.
Yeah.
They act like they was a promoter to book him,
Yep.
and they snatched him.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had him in the van and everything.
That's old Joe. Joe's totally different now. You don't want Joe to get back there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you know, it was. But you know, after a while, me and Joe just, you know, he's like a good friend to me and a brother. So whatever Joe needs, the same thing with Fifth. Like it's good that those brothers don't beef because they could have went
I've said
disgusting.
that. Said that
Could have went
before.
nasty.
Yeah.
They said more people watch YouTube than cable television, and you're on a platform that people say is dying and it might not last long. Is that? Do you feel that way, or do you feel that it's gonna last long, or there's a pivot coming?
I think radio will never go anywhere.
I
I
agree.
mean, radio is free. You put it on when you get in the car. It's so much. The thing with podcasts and things on those places, it's not now. You know what I mean? So like, you know, we put this out, let's say Friday. Tomorrow something happens.
Already documented.
It's already done. Tomorrow, I mean, we're talking about Donald Trump first thing on the radio. You know what I mean? We're talking about something that happens. Somebody dies, some new development. Fanny, whatever it may be, we're gonna talk about that immediately. And you're getting opinions from people that care. And also, you know, we're talking to everybody. We're not just talking to artists. I mean, this week alone on our show, we didn't had Candace Owen, we didn't had Jermaine Dupri talking about the Freaknik documentary, and we didn't had David Allen Gray, a comedian, and we, you know, we'll have whoever it may be. But we didn't have, it's a slew of things. We didn't had Barack Obama on the Breakfast Club.
Tell you.
You know what I mean? We didn't had, you name it, we didn't had Hove, Alicia Keys, Jennifer Lopez. We didn't have the cast from A Different World, Jasmine Guy. Like we didn't range more, we didn't have Minister Farrakhan.
You know what's crazy? You're like the only people on the East Coast that had LeVar Ball. I remember that day when we was talking, I brought him up there. That was it. So y'all had some legendary interviews.
So we talk to everybody. We coach.
What was that Candace Owens interview like? I don't know if it's out yet, but just your whole...
It'll be out by the time this out. I mean, you know what it is? A lot of times people want to attack people. And I don't believe in attacking people, right? My whole thing is I always believed in, let me hear your side of the story and why you think the way that you think. You know what I mean? Why?
I don't gotta agree with you.
I don't gotta agree with you, but we can have a conversation. And a lot of times, if I don't agree with you the first time, people I ain't fucking with you, you cancel.
But that's black people shit. That's the same shit I be saying. As soon, black people don't know how to disagree or not. And I want you to get to your point, but think about our old parents. If they said something and you didn't agree, you know what the fuck you talking about? You just, it's like, yo, why can't just not agree with you and then we still be cool and try to work it out? So go ahead.
But that's how I feel like we need to be. Instead of so quick to cancel somebody or so quick to, I ain't gotta hear what they say. Yo, see what they saying because they might look at it a different way. I remember when Floyd Mayweather was first saying that he was riding with Trump. This was back in, 2016, whatever it was. And people were like, this, that, and the other. I said, why don't you ask him why? Right, y'all looking at, Trump is racist, Trace. They were like, why do you like Trump?
Because he got money.
Because he was like, well, he gives him real estate.
He got
He
money,
gives him
man.
business break.
Simple,
Yup.
exactly.
He gives him this. And then you realize, he don't care about this side of him. He's able to split business and personal.
Yup.
Whether you like it or not, that's what he was thinking
agenda.
about. You see what I'm saying? But I like to have those conversations with people to understand things because maybe it might be something that I don't get. You know what I mean? Maybe something I don't understand. But I want to hear from you so I can know, I don't like that, I disagree. And then we can have a conversation. We ain't gotta agree. We just gotta respect each other.
Because my father is riding with Biden because he got an increase in his Social Security. So when we say Biden's not doing nothing, he's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
I went from 2.9% to 6%. That's how Biden's giving me Social Security.
That's an ill ratio.
And he's like, I don't even know. And I'm like, yo, but that doesn't help me, but it helps me. So it's helping black people. And that's what, but by us being able to talk to him, I said, that's your psychology? I understand that, but there's other people who the money is affected in this way. So that's why they would vote for Trump because he's going with the rich. He's going with the people who's going to make money, tax breaks, that's doing things and have influence over other people, which seems to have worked for him.
But it's just you vote for your interests, what's best for you or your family, and
that's what
and
it
is
is.
what it is. But I like to hear both sides, whether it's a popular side or unpopular side. Why not? It's just a conversation.
Did you know that you was gonna do this type of thing when you was in college, or did you just did you get good at asking questions and listening to people? Because your profession of being a DJ, I don't feel like it calls for that. Except for, well, can I get this record played or whatever? Like, where did it come from, or were you just,
I think I
is it
studied.
natural?
I think it was Miss Jones. Miss Jones taught me the art of radio. She taught me the art of radio, where it's like, I look at radio as it's a show, right? We have a show. We all can't agree. We all agree, it makes the show boring, right? Whether I'm right or wrong. If we look outside and you say, yo, the sky is blue. You say the sky is blue. I can't say the sky is blue. Even if I know the sky is blue, I'd be like, man, that shit is red. I know we have to argue because there's gonna be somebody that thinks that sky is red. And they're gonna doubt with me. So we have to have that conversation. Even if I look like the idiot, it creates conflict. It creates a conversation. You see what I'm saying?
It's entertainment.
It's entertainment. But that's how I am. And that's what she taught me. She was like, and Miss Jones would be like, I'm gonna go totally against everybody else. Whatever y'all think, I'm gonna go the other way. But it created a conversation. She taught me that. She taught me how to ask questions. She taught me how to have a conversation where she's like, you know, because there's an art to asking questions. I can't just come out and be like, yo, so Esso, I heard you got 4 fingers. You're gonna be like, nigga, where the fuck is that coming from? You know what I mean? So, you know, it's an art of,
Delivery.
It's almost like you gotta pat somebody on the back. Yo, Esso, yo, I heard your last album, amazing, yo. What's your mind frame of the album? You don't even give a fuck.
Yep.
But you're setting up for the 4-finger question, right?
Exactly.
Now you feeling good. You be like, damn, this nigga just heard my album. Yo, I fuck with Envy, man. Yo, yeah, I like song 3. I'm like, yo, song 3. He said, yeah. So, yo, what's up with your finger, my nigga? Now it's like, so you answer, oh, I got it chopped off when I was a kid. A word? But yo, that outfit you wearing is cut. But now it's like, it's almost highs and lows. It's like, what? Oh, yeah, you fuck with me. What? You got to play that game, and that'll
Psychology.
That'll get your guard down where you're willing to ask questions. You're willing to answer questions. You're willing to have a conversation with me.
Well, what about when these niggas is in, I'm not gonna name those specific times because y'all had so many. What about when these niggas is right in the studio with you and now you don't even know it's a problem and then it's popped up like, oh, it's a problem?
Oh, so we know what we said. We know it's always a problem. We always know it's a problem. Like, but you know, it's certain things you just understand. Like, Birdman, you probably talking about, right?
No, I was just talking about
it's
different
so
one.
many
I just saw Beanie
Beanie,
say something. That's why y'all had many, so I wasn't, I'm
yeah.
not trying to,
Like,
we don't do the name drop. I'm not doing name drop shit. I'm just talking about
care.
situations like the Birdman and the Beanie and different people that just come out and be like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's entertainment.
But you got to understand, right? It's cool when people make fun and laugh and joke. But nobody's ever scared. Think about it. Anything that ever happened, Charlemagne never backed down. I never backed down. We never do. When I have a problem with somebody, I come right to them. Yo, you said this. What's up?
That's a fact.
Now, when people leave, they get the balls of everything and be like, nah, I said this. That. But when I'm in your face, and we can go back to any interview, I have never backed. What's up? You said this, that, and the other. Any of the interviews. Charlemagne the same. Yo, you have a problem with what I said? Let's talk about it. Charlemagne, nobody has ever backed down. Now, if we felt like we did something wrong, as a man, yo, I apologize. I should have said that. I was off. I apologize. Like men. But we never backed down. We never scared. It's never an issue like that. Never.
No, I'm not even talking about being scared. I'm talking about just being like, just dealing with it mentally, the shock of just knowing, like, because sometimes you just talking to somebody and it seems like motherfuckers just go left. Or they sit down. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about in this arena, or motherfucker just sit down and just go off, because I deal with it in like a different way. I just get more indignant than them. You know what I'm saying? Like I just turn to a whole nother person, but I see how y'all.
You know what I do? Space Ghost, keep the camera going. Keep the camera going.
Yep.
Okay, and let you go. Because I want that content. I don't know if it's like the Birdman. We'll talk about the Birdman thing. If you listen, I'm like, keep the cameras rolling. That's the first thing you hear me say. Because I want that. You know what
legendary.
I mean? But nah, it's one of those things we just have a conversation. And I always think it's corny when a lot of guests come up there, right? And they'll go to like Oprah.
Yep.
Or they'll go to Gail. And Oprah and Gail ask the same question.
They won't have.
And they'll sit there and they'll be propping. They'll be like, well, this and the other. But when we ask is, how y'all being so disrespectful?
BagFuel.
It's the same thing.
But why do you think that is? Because they think Oprah and Gail is up here, and they
Yeah.
and they want those hits and that
Nah,
popularity.
I think I think Oprah and Gail and a lot of those crossover markets, I think they respect the crossover media and the white media. And I'm not saying that Oprah's white, but that crossover media more than
That's what I thought. That's what I
they
wanted to
are.
make
You know
sure.
what I mean? The Jimmy Fallon that asked the same questions and they never
And
have
they
a
be
problem with it.
happy, like, like, even when they go to Vlad.
But I'm gonna say why to me because
Yeah.
the audience that they're watching isn't black.
How about
and,
this?
And we're not able to touch them, and we're judgy. And you can't go on there laugh. If you 50 can go on Jimmy Fallon and laugh about something about Ja Rule,
That's
but
true.
if he's on some shit like this with Ja Rule, ain't no
But
games,
here's the
nigga.
difference, though. Let's just say Envy and Vlad do an interview. Envy has to ask a particular question. You'll see a frustration. It'll be a hesitation. But Vlad asks, yo, all right, Vlad, when I was 5 years old, Vlad be like, how your day doing? Yeah, I shot 10 of these dudes. I sold a pack. But if Envy said, yo, your legal case, okay, yo, don't play me, nigga. Don't play me.
I seen a
Yo.
video and I seen a video of it was an old video of Diddy, right? And I can't remember if it was Jay Leno or Fallon or one of them. And they asked Diddy a question. It was a hard question. Diddy was like, "Damn, I thought we was friends," laughing and cool. And,
Yeah.
and then he answered. That was Ellen. It was Ellen or one of them. He said, "I thought we was friends," and then he answered the question. Now, if I asked Diddy that. You see, when I asked Diddy the question, "What's up, Playboy? What's up, Playboy? Why you all in everybody's business, Playboy?" It just is what it is, you know what I mean? But it comes with the territory, man.
Explain chemistry, because when Angela left, right, that had chemistry. And I think
Right.
people don't understand how important that is. Because it's like, when they gonna replace her? I'm like,
Yeah, I mean, we never wanted to replace Angela
Of course,
Yee
yeah.
fast. Like, it wasn't one of them things where the next person come in next month. Like, we knew we had to go through a round of people, and Jess was the one that stuck.
Everybody said that was the best fit. And we was like, they taking a long time to hire her.
Yeah, nah, we just
That was a
had-
great rollout.
I mean, they would need to take more time to find a person because they had a legendary run. It wasn't like it was something that was new. It's something that we've been used to for over a decade. We've been used to hearing the voices, the same type of delivery. We loved
Consistency.
it. It blew up. It was super consistent. They've been in the hall. They went to the hall. So when
Hall
you're
of Fame,
trying to replace somebody that's in the hall, you ain't just throwing somebody right in back at them. Pause. You gotta sift through a couple of things and make sure that the
Hall of
chemistry right
Famer
and the
DJ
work
Envy.
ethic and all that.
Apologies, we didn't even say that. You're in the Radio Hall of Fame, dude from Queens,
Yeah.
man.
Was even Hall of Fame even a freaking thought when you was doing this shit?
I didn't. I didn't. See, that's the thing. I don't do it for the accolades. I really do it because I enjoy it.
But you got ill
The
accolades, though.
come, but now think about this, right? Think about all the people you see in the Hall of Fame, right? Whether it's Tom Brady, who's about to go, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, or all these people, whether it's athletes, artists, nobody ever talks nasty about them. Radio, think about it. We're in the Radio Hall of Fame. We did this 15 years.
That's fast.
We done did TV deals. We done did everything. But somebody will still kick our neck and, yo, I don't like them. They whack. Yo, the
But
way they
isn't
did
that
this-
the hip hop competition? Because although that y'all are number one and y'all crossed over, it's still a hip hop show. Does it go back to the same hip hop competition? Because everybody wants to be number one.
I never said it with the people that was ahead of me. I never said that with Ed Lover and Dr. Dre. I never said that with Donnie Simpson. I never said that with a lot of them OGs. Like, they laid the platform down for me to be able to do this. You know what I mean? Kid Capri. You never hear me shit on Kid Capri. Like, I might not agree with everything Kid does, but Kid is an icon to me. He's a legend. Jazzy Jeff, an icon, a legend. Clue. You know, me and Clue argue like brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I argue.
Right?
Yeah.
We argue like brothers, but you never hear me say anything about Clue on the air negative. Me and Clue, I mean, there's been so many times, me and Clue fighting. I talk about Clue on air and nobody will ever know, but that's my brother. You see what I'm saying? But that's the difference. It's like, a lot of times we don't respect our icons and legends like we should.
Yeah.
And the Breakfast Club is a legendary show.
Man, that's facts.
You have so many shows coming up, man. So if you do decide to do one of these shows, I got to be a part of it, a car show. Not like really capturing the car world from the urban perspective, because people just don't understand how ill it is. I think we're missing it.
Yeah, I think we are too. And when I see Stradaman or Shmee or Jay Leno and all these guys out there doing it, it's inspiration because they doing what they love.
Yeah.
And you know, coming up from Queens, we was car people. Like we love cars. Now we ain't love the cars that they had. I mean, I had a Honda Accord and a Jetta,
so did
but
I.
that was my car.
I had
Yeah, the
Honda
classic.
Accord.
You know what I mean? But that was my car. But growing up, and when you can make a little money and you can buy these cars, it's dope. It's a privilege. Like the fact you can have a Demon 170 or Ford GT or Ferrari or any of these cars, they're like, wow, this is something that we should show our people and show how we do it and what it is and this, that, and the other. Because when I'm at my daughter's dance competition and I'm waiting 3 hours for her to dance, all I'm doing is looking at cars all day. I'm looking at cars. I'm learning about cars from these individuals, and I just need to see more people like us.
You still need to learn about cars,
Yeah.
nigga. All this
Bro,
shit that you
cars
got
come,
going on, all these
new cars
you
come out
own.
every
You see, you got the
day.
trickle charges right there.
But
Trickle
what are
charge
you?
every car.
But what are you looking to learn, bro? Like this is what I fucking need to know. Yeah, what are you?
All
looking
the cars
to
going
learn?
electric.
It's like anything else. I'm not from the era of these old cars, right? Like this 69 Camaro, I wasn't born. But I like the way that they look. So if I'm gonna purchase one, I'm that guy that's gonna read every article on every 69 Camaro. If it's about the new Ford GT or the Demon 170, I'm gonna read every article. I'm gonna read the person that drove it, what he thought about, the good, the bad. I'm gonna read about the cars that come out next year to see if I should order one or not. I just go through everything, you know what I mean? And that's what it is. And as far as electric cars,
Just using.
I don't think they're gonna do good.
Because of the sound, right?
Not even the sound. It's like, I tell everybody this all the time, right? If I wanted to rob somebody, I'm gonna wait at the electric car station. You know why?
Yeah.
Because I know you're stuck there for at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, we said that when we was in
You're
Cali.
stuck there for 30 minutes.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? So now for 30 minutes, you're gonna be in that position. Yes, you're there. You can't move. Your car's plugged up. It's not like you could jet out. No, I got you. And that's the difficult thing about it. And I think when people are spending the amount of money that they're spending, especially the high-end cars, whether it's Rolls or Ferrari or Lambo, when they do those electric cars, do you want to be in that predicament? Nah, you want to gas up 10, 15 minutes, get the fuck out of Dodge, not being stuck at a station plugged in and
I think they're catering to people like you, though. They're not catering to the urban people. They're catering to, because you can plug it up at home. You got your dope establishment here. When you come here, you can plug it up here. You, per se, with you're not gonna have a problem. You don't have to drive a long distance. Niggas is sending for you, you flying. It's more catered to the people that live a high-end life, to me.
yeah, but the thing is, it's like, I drove to Boston, right? I had to get my passport, and I had a Tesla, the Plaid, right? And I drove up there, and then they said it's gonna be like 3 hours to get your passport. It was right off of Massachusetts. So I drove to Boston, go, with the wife, go Boston, get something to eat. Bro, I had to get back to where I had to go. It said it was gonna take 40 miles to get back, and I had 40 miles on my electric car. So I had to decide whether I was gonna get my passport or run out of electric. Bro, I jetted and got my passport. When I say I damn near had to push the car to the electric thing, and I was like, this ain't it. Because the gas, you could just pump gas 10 minutes and go. Then when I found a place, I had to sit there for an hour with my wife doing nothing, waiting for that. It's just a lot, it's a hassle. And I think a lot of people don't want that hassle. I think I don't think the grids are strong enough for cars. And even if you got a plug at home, like we got plugs here, it still take 8 hours to charge your car. Regardless. The only way it take half is if you got the grid that, Tesla has, and they don't sell those. I tried. But it's 8 hours to charge your car. You know what I mean? So for a lot of people, I don't think they're gonna do it. I mean, and they keep saying, oh, it's better for the environment, but people are saying it's not. They're saying the batteries are bad. The lithium is not as good.
Yeah. The mining that it takes is actually hurting the environment.
And then I think, like I said, I don't think the grid is strong enough, and I don't think it'll be strong enough for a long time. And then what do you do for somebody that lives in the projects, right? Where the fuck are they gonna plug their car into? Are they gonna fucking plug it into the house and throw it out the thing? It's like,
Man, come on, they gonna have it.
That's my
but
point.
You know what else they said too, Envy? This doesn't apply to you, but if you're a criminal or you don't pay your car note, they'll have the car drive itself. That's why they want them all electric.
That's another thing. I mean, that's the good thing about it. I mean, I'm sure they'll be like, oh, you don't want to play? Button your shit just go right to the deal. I mean, but like, even growing up in Queens, some people in Queens don't have garages, right? So you live on that block. Where the hell do you plug your car in?
Yeah, you don't have garages.
You know what I mean? You gonna plug it in the alley?
You're gonna have the alley, you're gonna have it right in front of your shit where anybody can take it, break it, damage it.
What's a car you took a big loss in?
Fisker.
What the hell is that?
I like the Fisker, yeah.
So the Fisker was a car that came out a long time ago, right? And my dumb ass seen it on Ellen. Justin Bieber came out with his Fisker on Ellen and was like, this is the first electric car. It's electric, it has gas, and it has a solar panel on the roof.
Yeah.
So you never, I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, I need one. Bought one, 110 grand. Bought it. Boom. I'm like, all right. A month later, the Fisker's caught on fire or some boat. Battery started exploding. I was like, shit. I was like, let me get out of this car. 2 months later, I bought it for 110 and I sold it for $42,000. That's what the car was worth.
That fast?
That fast.
Because Wycliffe had the F1 McLaren.
He dumbed out with that one.
And he had money trouble.
Yeah, and he knows he don't. That's what
Yeah. You see,
If
even
you don't know
that,
that, the F1 McLaren right now is worth about $25 million.
Yeah.
If Wycliffe would have kept that car,
he sold it for $700 or something.
sold it for like $700. So he would have had that car. I dumbed out too. I had a Carrera GT.
Oh,
paid,
that's like, how many is $4 million now?
It's like between 1.5 and 2.
How much you pay for it?
I bought it for $440. I sold it for $480. 6 months after I sold it, it shot up to over $1 million.
Sold it for
Okay,
$48,000?
Why did it shoot up to $1 million? Because I don't know nothing about cars.
Not even Paul Walker.
So why would it shoot up?
So what happened was it was before COVID, right?
Okay.
So during COVID, car dealerships weren't making cars. And everybody wanted cars. Rich people were getting their PPP loans and doing all this stuff, so they wanted to buy cars. So there was no cars making it. So all the older classics started jumping up in money. So that car that I paid $440 that I sold for $480 was worth $1 million. If I'd have kept it another 3 months, I would have been in that price range. Same thing with like the Ford GT.
Yeah.
Ford GT, I paid $670 for it. It was worth $1.3.
Where do you go to sell these cars on this magnitude? Like, is there a spot? Because you're not putting it up for sale. How do you buy this shit for $440
You want the DuPont
and
register?
sell it? What's the process?
So for me, like I said, I do this all day. I look at cars all day. So I got a friend of mine. His name is Ronnie, white boy out of Staten Island, and he does all my cars.
Okay.
So
he does meaning what? He sells them.
Like I tell him that, yo, Ronnie, I want this, and then he'll be like, Envy, I got this. He'll find the perfect car at the great price, and this, that, and the other. And then when it's time to sell it, I'll be like, yo, I hate this car. I mean, we argue all the time because he'll tell me don't buy a car. Like he told me don't buy that, right? The color.
Really?
So don't buy the color in black bag. That's why. He says, in about 6 months, that shit's gonna drop. I'm like, but my wife like it. He was like, don't buy that car, Envy. I bought it.
In 6 months?
6 months, the car dropped. So now my wife will have it until it,
Until it appreciates or something?
Until it just,
It's the life of marriage.
Yeah, it's life of marriage. But that's what it is. So he'll tell me, like, even the Demon 170, he was like, Envy, I think you should buy this Demon. And I'm like, well, why? You can't really drive it. It lifts up when it goes. He was like, this is gonna be an investment car you give to your kid, it'd be worth $300,000 later on. So I bought it.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So certain cars he'll guide me with and tell me to buy. Certain cars we argue with, and it is what it is.
But why is it gonna be worth $300 if it lifts and you can't really drive
make
it?
them.
Well, they don't make this the last
Yeah, they don't
gas
make
car
them no
that they
more.
make like that Challenger. It's the fastest production car, the 0 to 60 in 1.6. And the car is everything, has all balls. So when you push the gas, it actually lifts
Who
up.
could buy it and drive it?
People drive them.
Yeah.
People drive
But
them.
it's so aggressive,
People
though.
drive them. They just don't hit it. Like, you can drive it. I drove it here from my crib. You can drive it. You ain't gotta do it, but if you meet somebody on the street that's talking shit,
It's up.
you're leaving them.
It's up.
It's the fastest production car. Like, you're leaving them,
Yeah. I never had a love for cars, probably because I just hate to drive. I'm not a driver. I like to be chauffeured around.
I love to drive. There's no better feeling than for me than to drive in that car. See, I'm also from the era of driving down 125th Street and driving slow and everybody coming staring at your car and the little kids are like, that's my car. Like, I'm from that spot. I'm from the spot. I'm pulling up to the tunnel block and driving slow and everybody's pointing at the cars. I'm from the time where I need that car first because I need people to be like, what the f is that? Like, I'm from that era and I just never
But
knew
you know
that
what
era.
was an ill combination? Because when y'all mixtapes was cooking, right? And we would go to Canada or go drive to Philly, having a fly rental with that mixtape with those new songs and they hearing the Envy drop. No girl could survive that. Even when it was K-Slay, Who Kid, having that New York mixtape with a fly car.
But that's what it was, you know what I mean? And that's what it was about. Like, I love, like, cars are my addiction. Like, I'm not a big, I don't gamble. I'm not into, like, some people are like, whatever people are into. I'm not a druggie. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink like that. Like, my shit is my car. Even clothes. I'm not even, like, I'm not into, I gotta go get the newest Christian Dior. I gotta get the new
Oh, your sneaker collection
Balenciagas.
kinda fly,
I gotta
though.
get that. Even my sneaker
But
collection.
your wife is on that. She got
Yo,
like the
yo.
new shit.
My wife
So you on it. Like, I don't know why you talking like what you ain't on.
I'm not.
And she's on it.
I'm
you
not on it
it
on myself, but for her, of course, she got what she want. But for me, I'm not. I've never been into that. Like it's, yeah, I got a fresh pair of ones or a fresh pair of Jordans, but now I be fucking with these cars so much. I be like, nigga, I'll just throw on some old Pandas and go because I be fucking with the cars. But I'm not into it like that. Like even a lot of my sneakers are like sneakers from 20 years ago. Like to the point, sometimes I wear them and the sole break because
I had some of them. I started
disintegrates.
giving mine away because of that. Because I would buy my kicks and put them buy the box to put them in the clear shit so I could see it. And then I go in there and the shit break up.
It'd be mad
Yo,
hard.
and you wait to wear these shits. I'd be like, I would have probably like, yo, I had them shits right there for 7 years and I never wore them. And then pour them out and they fucked up, my nigga. So I started being like, I don't have the love. I don't have that sneaker love. Like I come from that time too, and we was buying 5 pairs of sneakers a day. Like it was like addictive. Like I'm going anywhere we go out. Me and Rock Wilder, we're going to buy sneakers every day for no fucking reason,
Yeah,
bro.
so I'm not really into any of that. So for me, it's just my love is my car. So but I buy the car so that they're investments. Like I look for the right car and make sure that if I ever want to get out of it, get tired of it, or she, you never know, she gets fucked up sometimes. I can always get that money out of it.
Are you tired of spending money?
Nah.
No.
You can tell he enjoys it.
But I enjoy it differently. I
I feel like you like
kids.
making money.
I do.
More because everything that I'm seeing, like, yeah, it's cool to spend money, but I feel like he likes to make, like, it's certain people, like Clue has a joy, pure joy of making money. Yeah.
Well, he's Jamaican.
No, but I'm saying, and Jewish. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's true too.
Yo, so he has a pure joy of making money, and I feel like Envy has that joy to make the money, and then
That's why it's so unique.
and then spread the joy. I'm spending it on my family and let them go rock. But you don't give me the impression like I don't really need nothing like that.
And see, for me, everything everything has a value. With my kids and my wife, right? So if you came right now and say, yo, Envy, I'll give you this for that watch, I'm like, oh, yeah. That's just who I am. Somebody coming to me, yo, Envy, I'll give you that for the car. I'll be like, I pay you that? You gonna give me that? All right, yeah, take it. That's who there's nothing that I won't have forever. Like, I'm keeping that, I'm not letting it go. I'm not like that. Just my wife and kids, the only thing I ain't selling. But everything else,
Everything's not to sell.
I don't care. I don't care. Like, it is what it is. As long as my kids are happy. And see, the dope thing about my son is he wear my sneaker size.
Oh, so he's lit.
Man.
So you don't really got to do nothing for him. Like everything is up. Whatever I got, whatever you want in there, it's yours.
Is he trying to make the league? Because I see how hard you work with him.
Nah, you know what it is? I think this is I think last year, probably his last year playing. He just, you know what it is? He's a slot wide receiver, and he like, yo, Pops, I'm small. And which is crazy. My dad is 6'3", I'm 6 foot, and he's 5'9", 5. So he's like, yo, as soon as I come across the line, I get popped. He's like, I ain't doing that shit no more. I ain't gonna make the league in that. So he was like, he good.
Because you know Tyreek Hill's the same height.
Yeah, but he don't see that. He just see other things. But
He's rich.
Well, that's true.
His son is rich already. Tyreek Hill was fucking dirt poor. What are you talking about? That's a big fucking difference.
He don't see that. He just is like, nah. So but my other son, he's tall for his age, and he looks like he gonna be 6'3". So he don't play football, but we getting him in basketball and soccer and getting him to the point where he be good.
Y'all both went to HBCUs.
Yes.
What do you think it's gonna take to bring it to even a bigger scale? Like, cause when Deion left, everybody felt like he betrayed the HBCUs. That was gonna give it a different look, a different spending power. Like, what do you think is gonna take you? Because both of y'all went.
Yeah. No, I think HBCUs are in a good place. I think they could be in a better place. I mean, more and more people are discussing them and talking about them. But it's never gonna get to a place where Division I schools are because
Why is that?
Like even with my son, he had a chance to play at pretty much any HBCU, but he was like, I don't get the TV time. And then you look at what Master P said. Master P's son went to a HBCU and then he went to a Division I school after because he was like, he got injured and they didn't have the facility to train him to get him back to where he needs to be. So, it's gonna take us investing back into alumni, investing back into the HBCUs. It's going to take more and more people talking about it. So salute to HBCU Go, who airs a lot of the HBCU games. It's going to take a lot of that to happen to get to where we need to be. And I'll be honest with you, it's going to take another TV show. And the reason I say that is the only reason I went to Hampton was because of a different world.
A different world too, yeah.
That was the only reason. Like, I watched the Cosby Show. I didn't care about college, but when I seen A Different World, I'm like,
I saw the Morgan State hoodie and all that, and all the colleges, and I applied to all the black schools. That's very true.
I seen A Different
They
World,
really
and I was like,
exposed it
I
to
want to
us.
go there. What school is that based off? And they told me A Different World was based off of Hampton. I was like, I want to go there. And that's what made me go. I think we just need more of that now where people get to see that. You know what I mean? I think like Jermaine Dupri is putting out that Freaknik documentary. I got a chance to see it. I think it comes out this week. And it's like, it talks about where Freaknik started from. Now, Freaknik didn't start for some freak and guys having sex. It actually started from, this is the crazy part, it started from black students at spring break. They didn't have enough money to go back home. They didn't have enough money to go to Florida. So they was like, yo, let's just have a picnic in the park for the HBCU students. So they had a picnic in the park. That year they did it. The next year they did it again, and more HBCUs started to come. And it just started to grow. And then the hood found out about it.
And then became, as always.
And then it came
You throw parties, and now when you do parties, you bring rappers,
And
you bring thoughts,
and then Luke
drug
came,
dealers, and then it's up.
And then Luke changed it, you know what I mean? But it really started from HBCU students not having no money to go home. It was like, yo, let's just have a picnic in the park. All the HBCU students come in, but that was really big for HBCUs until it, changed.
Do you think college is played out now?
Yes and no. I think college is played out if it doesn't have the right curriculum, right? And when I say that is the curriculum's got to change. So like my daughter went to NYU, right? She graduates this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. She wanted to go to HBCU. But the major that she wanted to do, there was nobody specializing in that major in any of the HBCUs. So for her, she didn't go. What we have to realize is a lot of times, a lot of these schools are old schools in way of thinking. Like you got to think what these kids want to do. These kids are into gaming, coding, YouTubing, content creators. They're making millions and hundreds of millions of dollars doing it. You look at Mr. Beast. You look at Kai Cenat. You look at Aiden Ross. You look at a lot of these kids. Now, I just named some of the top ones.
Streamers, yeah.
But there's some streamers out there
They're making 200,000.
making
You got to make $1 million.
Making 500,000
Yes.
a year, making 700,000 a year, and they're doing it creating content. Podcasting. There's a lot of people out there that's making good money podcasting, not just podcasting and getting
YouTubing.
advertising, but going on the road.
Yes.
Like these are some of the things that we can teach. Same thing with engineering and being behind the camera and real estate. You know what I mean? Learning, how to do different things in real estate. Like some of these things, I think the curriculums have to change to have some of that. And I'm not saying get away from being a doctor and accountant and all that, but you change the curriculum where you open it up where people want to do some of that, I went to school for business management and marketing. I didn't even go for communication. I went for business marketing.
I went for political science and accounting.
See?
That's what I graduated with, double major.
See?
Are you ever going to get back in the real estate game once everything settles?
Who said I love real estate?
I mean, you have so much things. Maybe because it's so quiet with what's going on with your name in the news in terms of the real estate.
What I would say.
I know it's careful.
You can't really talk about that.
We'll talk about it later. But
Yeah,
what I
we
will
can
say
talk
is, I've changed myself as a person. And when I mean I changed myself as a person, is I wanted to share my life with people, right? And not because I wanted to floss on niggas, but I wanted to share my life because I wanted people to understand the journey, right? When me and my wife wrote the book and we was honest in that book about our relationship from the beginning, and some people laughed, some people joked, some people did this, some people did that. But there's a lot of people out there that was going through the same shit that I was going through. And I was like, I want to be a beacon of somebody to be like, nah, this is what it was and this is how we got through it. Because there was never that for me. There was never nobody to talk about their relationship for me. Because me growing up in Queens, my mom and dad didn't talk about their relationship. It was quiet. You know what I mean? But now, when I'm going through problems, who do I go to? If I can't go through my mom and dad, I'm gonna go to the barbershop and talk to SO over here. He was like, yo, son, we should just go to DR and just fuck man hoes. Nigga, that ain't helping me.
I said, why would you?
You see what I'm saying? But why would I like?
Yup,
Or
I got you.
Heineken, yo, let's go to Miami, son. Live popping tonight. Now, what about the brother that's like, yo, son? Now, what you need to do is you and your wife need to sit down and talk this, that, and the other. That's what's needed, and that's why I created that book. Same thing with real estate and what we did. When I first bought my first house, my interest rate on my house was 14.5%.
Jesus Christ.
First house. And you know who helped me get that? Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes helped me get my first house. I couldn't get a mortgage at the time. This is when I was like 21. I called Bus. Yo, Bus, I need help. Bus said, yo, here's my guy. Guys like, I'll get you through. He got me through, got me my first crib. Now, mind you, my interest rate was 14%, but I had no clue because I did not know. A lot of my peoples and my friends did not own houses. My family members did not own houses. They were still renting. So I said, yo, we need to create something to teach. But now what I realize is sometimes people don't look at that part of it. So sometimes you just fall back and just say, you know what, I'm gonna take care of home. That's what I'm gonna do, take care of home.
Ooh, DJ Envy, man.
Yo, Envy.
Thank
like,
you, man.
subscribe, super thanks. We sat down with a dude that made it to the Hall of Fame. Much greatly appreciated. Been a long time coming. Ring the bell so y'all know when these joints drop because they fire and they coming out fast, B. Yo, BagFuel. We out of here. Oh, sign up for the BagFuel Brigade. It's only $5 subscriptions. Go to youtube.com/BagFuel and you'll find it right there. It's right there. Cop that.